be dealing much damage as well. Also, it's incredibly difficult to shoot players that are up there. But it's important to know.
What's up, everybody? KolendaShadows here, back at Daily Action for more. Today, basically, maybe watching the World Cup duos. Watch party. I know I haven't said I won't be streaming today, but I am. Tonight I won't be streaming. Things changed. Tonight I won't be streaming. And yeah, tomorrow I won't be streaming till later. So yeah, let's just watch this. And I'll be right back.
They're close enough for sure. I can see it. You know, actually, no, they got to rotate a little bit, but they got 4 shockwave grenades. Yep. And they'll be all right. They'll be able to make it happen. Here we go. They have to rotate the farthest. Look how many stack players are on this side of the lobby right now, and they're all going to have to move very soon. Yeah. Arkham and Falcon are having tough rotation ahead. Watch them fight a little bit earlier on against Landjock and Apollo. Heals till his teammate comes in. Yep. No, he's missed one. No, his teammate's full. Teammate's full. Okay. It doesn't matter. Teammate's full. I was playing with Myth the other day, and he was using a lot of chug splashes without me. So I'm really sensitive on it. Still really sensitive. Let's shoot Myth handle that. Again, it seems like some tension there, but we continue to move on in this fight. This is game 2 of 6, folks. The match will be going on throughout the day. 62 players left in this one, 35 duos. You see Arkham and Falcon. Looks like they did a duo shockwave to try to fly across the map together. As the frantic rotation begins to move on in, more Storm Surge will soon begin to come into play as well. Jack, I have a question for you, man. Yes. Once these circles start closing in so small, what do you think is the play? Rotating right away once it's revealed if you're far out, or to wait and be the last team? For me, it completely comes down to what you have left. What you have in your inventory, where you are at, the leaderboards as well. If I'm in a position where I know I need to make some ground up on the leaderboards, I want to rotate early and try to begin to spray back on the opponents to get some free eliminations. Yes. If you get the zone on you, you begin to just build on up and get that height so you can spray on down as well. In this one, though, again, all comes down to rotation. If you have nothing to rotate with and you're far away, I think you play late and hope someone else drops a launch pad near you and use that community pad to your advantage. Yeah, we're looking over here doing 3 eliminations, sitting here with some very good materials, and it's definitely a very delicious loadout. Anyone with a heavy sniper and a blue SMG in a combat. And remember, he started the game in Sabi Shores with that clutch when KBB did go down, so they're still in this one because he has that beautiful blue combat where he clutched it with, man. Yes, he does, and all the materials he could ever ask for it. Nearly 100 builds in this one. See, they're marking right now. I think they have a double heavy sniper combo. They're either marking double heavy or they're saying, focus this, zone's closing there. We'll find out soon enough. It literally looks like they're marking exactly. They're trying to look and see. Yep, they do have a double heavy sniper. Ninja called it. The man knows. They see one. And oh! You guys saw the pyramid. This is exactly what Jack talked about earlier. You need 2 walls, 2 layers protecting you from one of those walls so that double sniper will not take you down. But they've got the tools, the key to open all doors, as I put it. And this zone, Ninja, it just moved over a mountain. It just moved onto the side of the mountain, so high ground will be in play. But at the same time, Ninja, half of the low ground still in play, so it's not as bad a position for the low ground players. Here's a look at Mongrel Mitro. Remember, Mongrel did go down early on in the last game. He's got to back on him because he's burning through materials very, very quickly. They're far above this Storm Surge, so they're good for the moment. And there's the replenish from his teammate in Mitro. 64 total builds left. Always see them doing this. They always split half and half from another, and then they go and clutch others. And it's just the perfect way of making sure that you guys have equal material. Look at how weak Saf is. Saf just sneaking up through with that shadow bomb. The spray coming in from Mongo. Stink bomb is hit as well. Everyone focusing these players on the outside. They've got the minigun firing too. The lobby now picking up quick as we move into our big zone. The storm is closing in. That's going to be forcing everyone to get into where the safe zone is right now. But it's moving in towards Pleasant Park. Guys, this is absolutely insane. 51 players still remain, by the way, in a circle this small. They're just trying to get as many limbs possible as people are rotating in. Mitro on the bottom right of your screen with that minigun has 631 bullets. Just sprayed down with Mongrel in a fight. Gets 1 player weak, but does have to back on him. Get the clutch. Someone else stole the kill from him. Mitro gets chucked as well. Still have a launch pad, but again, when you're in a situation like this, low ground, they're getting sprayed with nothing but grenade launcher shots and frag grenades, and they're both going to be eliminated. And Mongrel also, Airwax just went down as well. And you see Cease in the elimination feed.
does look like, remember early on, Elevate did go down. There's
So delicious.
Zane go for it. Zane Sap, do they do it?
Do you go for it? There's a launch pad there and so many materials.
This is game-changing loot right now. They've got the builds to go for it if they want.
They're gonna do it.
They're gonna make the play.
A gold combat shotgun too, man.
Zane and Sap, uncontested. That's one of those risk versus reward plays that can help set them up for 2 victory royales in a row.
Mongrel and Nitro's blue too, man.
Oh, that was
making a
and we know that was juicy loot.
They're making a statement saying, listen, we're from NA, we're here to play. Taking out the Ely, I didn't know they took them out, but they're definitely taking their loot.
Yeah, for sure, as they are still above.
There's so many rotation items too. They both each have a launch pad, both have 2 shotgun grenades, and they're gonna go. He didn't get it though, they try to get both at the same time. Gonna be flying, and this is it, another massive rotation, gonna be taken to the center. Closing down for 167 damage above the threshold, so they're looking pretty good right now. The question is, are they going to keep mid-ground, go for low ground, high ground? What's the play?
They didn't get the launch pad. He might have to use his own. Yes, he does again, and that actually works out. He hits his head on something, which takes him down from having to, fly all the way up to the ground and get beat. They're going to challenge high ground right now. Zane and Sap looking to do what many would think was impossible, which is win back-to-back games in the stack lobby. Just saw Falconer in the feed as well. Parkram with an elimination too. 19 duos left as we're moving towards the placement points, Ninja, and these duos know exactly that. 3 points if you make it in the top 15, which could be the difference between first and dead last.
What are they going to do? Are they going to prioritize rotation in and not taking damage, or are they going to try to play it a little risky and go for the limbs? They're going to be going for the limbs. Definitely open up to a lot of spray, shotgun shot, AR shot, someone suddenly taking the high ground on you. So it all depends on how they're going to play styles in that ball, man.
Many more duos remaining in this game, unlike the last one. Safe with another elimination right there on a KBB. You got Snappy and Red Rush on the high ground, and Sap
over the play. The high ground
goes to the high ground. Take, will he get it?
He's going to get it. He has it.
Zane's got high ground. Zane has high ground as they go to try to push for 2 victory royales in a row. Sap is there as well, but Snappy just appeared right behind Sap and shotgunned him down right there.
Zane right now is going to have to concede to the high ground, giving it to Snappy. And he's just going to have to stay alive as long as possible, trying to get some placement points. He is obviously a talent player, top player. He can definitely make something happen, and I'm interested to see what he's going to do.
Cease has been by himself since the first moment of this game when Elevate went down at 98 players remaining, and he's somehow still alive. There goes Mega. You got Darox and Item on the low ground. Borwin getting chopped down as well. Zane with about 100 HP. Uh-oh. Here comes Vinny and Zexro.
Sorry about that, chat. That was not that long.
Keys right now being held in the stone with 5 limbs. He's going to be eliminated from the back.
He's about to win. Mongrel still alive?
Snappy still with the high ground. Zex
No.
and Vinny, TSM crew looking good, and they're going to take it. They just took high ground. Snappy gave it to him.
And they just got the high ground. Great use of the shockwave as well. Vinny as well as Zexro on hype for the moment. 5 eliminations so far. They're putting their names in the hat for potential victory royale in this game.
Go down, right? They want those limbs.
Borwin now with eliminations back to back. 4 players left in this one. Zexro and Vinny spraying from the high ground. It's a 2 versus 1. The player right on the edge of the zone. The shockwave into the air. And he's going to drop on down to hype for the moment. The spray coming on in. It's not enough. Zexro and Vinny.
TSM takes game 2 with style. Both alive. You love to see it.
The victory royale and 7 eliminations. Look at that. Vinny's hyped, and Zexro looks like
he was stunned.
Got his fries on a fast food order. Why am I thinking about food?
Oh my God, Jack, it's pretty expected at this point. But God, 2 NA teams have taken game 1 and game 2, and honestly, I think that we can all say that the teams hyped up the most have been even. Guess what? Mongrel and Nitro, man, they've also been performing well. They still have so many points from eliminations.
Yep.
What a great shotgun shot. They're perfectly, see, they're even jumping and shotgunning at the same time. Vinny, pop off, man. You love the pop off.
So hyped that Zexro's about to start cranking 90s or default dancing in the lobby.
He's trying to talk about literally what are they going to do in the next game. Yeah. That's what that focus is. That reminds me, I've been in this situation before. He grabbed his hand and took it for himself, man. That's a top teammate, man. Great synergy.
What a start to today's competition. The energy in here is insane. I am looking around and there are thousands and thousands of people filling up the Arthur Ashe Stadium live from New York City. Again, my name Jack Courage Dunlop, joined by Tyler Ninja Blevins for what is the first ever Fortnite World Cup Finals. $30 million on the line this weekend. Millions will be tuning on in from across the world. There's so many ways to watch, and we're just 1/3 of the way done with today's action, and it's already been fantastic.
Don't even want it to end, man. I could be here all night. These games are incredible. Yep. Just listen, if you guys are watching at home, you guys want to be here. Right? You guys want to be competing. Take notes. Yeah. Watch these players. Watch how they build. Watch the fights that they take, the way they rotate. See you guys here next year.
Well, guess what? Game number 2 ended with style with the North American duo of Vinny and Zexro taking it. They're on the floor with none other than Jordan Fisher.
Thank you so much, Courage. I appreciate that. NA showing up and taking care of business. Games 1 and 2, Vinny and Zexro with a fantastic end, both together, which is an incredible thing, right? Walk me through the just end game for you guys.
Alright, chat. So I'm watching like 2 things, I'm watching a streamer broadcast it, and just watching it right here.
Great, fantastic work, guys. Back to you, Ninja and Courage. JD.
Thank you so much, Jordan. The duo of Vinny and Zexro, you know, they've always been known as being so aggressive. Yeah. From all the times we've seen them in these competitive tournaments, while they might be some younger players, they've definitely been around the block here in competitive Fortnite.
Again, you just see them, just like a lot of other talent here, always continue the duo qualifiers every single week. Even though they already qualified, they continue to keep playing and practicing. Guess what? They just took the game number 2. You gotta be pumped right now. Once you
It's only game 2.
Up, though, again, and that's why I love that energy. Zach immediately just, I felt like he was just talking about what are we gonna do next. Hey man, good job, we won that. Let's do it again. Yeah. Right? How are we gonna change? Maybe even better somehow. Get more limbs in game 3.
No, for sure, and they know that. They're not gonna take their foot off the gas pedal. Folks, we have our standings after game number 2. Where are things playing on out? It is still Zay and Seth.
Oh, Mega and Dubs in second. Mega and Dubs are actually one of the best. Mongrel.
With that performance, go from 0
Who else?
up to 17.
Skipper's in here too.
And that is the beauty of how this plays on out. Anyone.
But Mega and Dubs are gonna play. Honestly, I'm gonna cheer for a couple people. I'm gonna cheer for Mega and Dubs. I'm gonna cheer for Mongrel. I'm gonna cheer for probably Mega and Dubs and Mongrel.
The rest of this lobby, I'll tell you that right now.
I mean, just take a look at the points, Courage. You got 11 points, right? Benji and Mr. Savage, they fell out of the top 10. But look at that. Storm and Epic Web, 12 points. Daedra, M11C, 12 points, 12 points, 12 points. All they need is 2 or 3 points, 2 or 3 extra eliminations right there, and boom, they'll move up 6 places. Yep. You know what I mean? So it's still anyone's game, all right? 2 pop-off games, 1 pop-off game, boom, you're already in the top 5.
Remember, if you get 50th place or 11th place, from that whole time in between, you win $100,000.
Mega and Dubs are actually the best out there.
Up to first, it jumps all the way to 3 million. So everyone, eyes on that top prize. We are just 1/3 of the way through the action today, but I know we've had a lot of
Let's go Mega and Dubs, honestly.
Absolute blast. Ladies and gentlemen, can we give a round of applause to Ninja for hopping in for some guest casting? What a great job.
Thank you, man.
Always a pleasure, brother, to be here. That's going to do it for us for now up here on the caster desk, but I know Zeke is down on the floor with some notes for you all.
Thank you guys so much, man. What an awesome first 2 set of games from Saf and Zay locking down the lobby to Zexro and Vinny just coming in super clutch. And of course, guys, you've been here. We got to see Ninja. He got to go ahead and commentate some games. So what
Is it over?
from you is, have you guys had a good time? Have you enjoyed it? If so, let's just let me hear you.
There's only 2 games.
No, that was so. Let's pretend I didn't ask. Have you guys been enjoying yourselves? That's what I'm talking about. Obviously, we've got quite a bit more games left to get through. But, you know, if you've been watching for a long time, you know I'm a big fan of everyone that loves Fortnite. It's all about bringing people together.
It's not good at all.
And, I like to say Fortnite fam. That's my thing.
I'm gonna go get a drink. Back that.
And you know, there's actually a lot of people from around the world that come here to compete, to watch, to be part of all of this. And I thought, what better way to give back to you guys than to teach you how to say Fortnite from all around the world. So in just a moment, we're going to take a look at the video, and I can't wait because this is actually the first time I'm seeing this. A lot of work went into making this happen. So I can't wait for us to watch this together. Let's take a look.
Hello, Fortnite fam.
포트나이트 팬 여러분들 안녕하세요. 그래서 포트나이트입니다. Mais on dirait Dio. C'era Fortnite. Io ne fan de Fortnite.
What's up, Fortnite fam?
포트나이트 팬 여러분들 안녕하세요. What's up Fortnite fam?
Hey, John, Fortnite fam. What's up, Fortnite fam?
Was geht, Fortnite-Freunde?
Roger, thumbs up, man.
What's up Fortnite fam? What's up Fortnite fam?
That's the best way to get back. I want to come.
What's up Fortnite fam?
What's up, Fortnite fam?
What's up, Fortnite fam?
E aí galera do Fortnite.
What's up, Fortnite fam?
G'day, Fortnite fam.
Bonjour, comment ça va les fans de Fortnite?
G'day, Fortnite fam.
Terra Fortnite fam. What up boys?
Oh god. More good shot.
That was even better than I thought it would be. Just embrace it. We, as a collective, Fortnite fam, get used to it. We're here to stay. Now, guys, you know, there's a few more things I want to take a look at before we hop back into the next game. One of the things to kind of do if you're here or if you're at home, you've been watching, Ninja actually had a pretty dope hoodie, a World Cup kind of exclusive hoodie. Would you like one of those things? Would you like one of the crazy World Cup shirts that we have? You can totally get your hands on one. Head on over, retailroad.com. Get yourself a nice shirt. We've got some hoodies. We've got hats. We've even got the little drone that's the battle bus. It looks amazing. The top balloon is actually the drone. So you've got the bus that's literally flying around. You best believe I'm going to pick one up and mess around with my family. They're not ready for it. But there you go. There's some on your screen. Also, that drift shirt, by far, my favorite piece of merchandise ever. Those of you that really do know me, you know I love Drift. He's easily my favorite character. But just some cool things. If you're looking to get some World Cup exclusive thing, go ahead and take a look. Now, for those of you who have also been watching kind of all 10-week qualifiers long, you know we love Golden Boy. And there's actually one thing specifically he was kind of telling people as we were going through interviews. And that was, hey, when we get to New York, you're going to be in my hometown. Let's catch up and get a slice of pizza. Now, I know you're thinking, wait a minute, Zeke, what about, like, everyone else? Why is it just Golden Boy? Well, he's a Golden Boy, and he's selfish, and he wanted the pizza all for himself. Get called out. That's right. Now the world knows. But a few of those players actually took us up on the offer. They went out for some pizza. They had a night on the town. So let's take a look together and check this out.
New York City. We got the Statue of Liberty, Central Park, the Empire State Building, and the first ever Fortnite World Cup Finals. I couldn't be more excited about the greatest Fortnite players from around the world coming to my hometown to duke it out. But before the action started, I took World Cup qualifying players Aiden and Chinkin out to show them the Big Apple, starting with PC Gaming Cafe, Waypoint.
I don't know what the hell they're talking about.
What's up, boys? Welcome to Waypoint. Good to see you. Good to meet you. All right, fellas, let's go and grab a drink. All right, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me here in my hometown, New York City. Thoughts on it so far? Chinkin, we'll start with you.
I'm here eating Propel and licorice.
And a lot of people. I'm sorry, but
They're Twizzlers.
that's kind of the way it is out here. Where are you from? And the population, I think it was like 40,000 people in the train that you were in on the way here. Yes. Now I want to talk about the competition at hand because obviously this is going to be the biggest opportunity, I would imagine, of your lives. You're going to be playing in front of a massive crowd. Is there a way, as a player, that you prepare for that?
I don't think like there's a way to like prepare for it.
Yeah.
I try to like calm down, not get like nervous, not get shaky and stuff.
Yeah.
And then we should be good. Like.
Still crazy having like a live crowd.
Yeah.
I try not to take tournaments like too seriously. If I play relaxed, I feel like I do better. I remember when everyone's like, this guy looks like he's just chilling on his couch at home, the casters, and it was like, I was just relaxed, you know, and just, I feel like I played better.
Okay, so gentlemen, we're going to be heading off to some different sites around the city. We're going to go to Washington Square Park, so let's go and check it out. All right, so now here we are in Washington Square Park, and I love the fact that we've conveniently set this up. I don't know what these pieces would symbolize. I'm not too sure. Is it like king or queen? While we have this here, let's talk about competition. You guys are potentially going to be facing off against each other. Have you thought about that now?
I don't know. I just don't want to feel the L2
Oh, you don't want to feel the L2?
I've watched them play a little bit. Him and Santi, they're very like. I've seen them play aggro before. It's pretty scary. So if you have chemistry where you can play without even talking, you guys know what you're gonna do. That's like a team like that's gonna win. So.
Well, you guys are gonna experience this weekend.
Alright.
This is the first Fortnite World Cup.
I might play some solos.
Millions of dollars potentially. Has that even set with you guys yet?
Even if it's not me, I'm thinking there's going to be millionaires after this tournament. There's going to be millionaires.
Life-changing money.
I try not to be, I'm not like greedy about it or anything. It's really nice to see like people that nobody know about and they can just blow up off of this.
All right, I'm going to dive more into that, but I think it's time to get a slice of pizza. Take you out for a good pizza. We'll get some pizza.
To give everyone pizza. Yeah, I'm gonna show up with 2 giant boxes of pizza. Say I won't, Paula. Say I won't.
I kept telling people, hey, I want to get a slice of pizza from, you know, all the players, and they all ignored me, you know? So thank you guys so much for coming out. I really appreciate it. Obviously, this has been an incredible journey for you all. You're now on the precipice of one of the biggest events in the history of all competitive gaming.
I'm happy that it was a fair chance for everybody. You know, open qualifiers. You did have no exposure, but if you're good, you get in the tournament. So I'm just really thankful to be here. I'm gonna enjoy my time here.
Yeah, we just try to like make our fans happy. I'm really looking forward to playing on stage. Hundreds of people.
Do you feel like the fans and how they've been supporting you all on this road to this, do you feel like that adds a little bit to this pressure?
Honestly, it gives just more support for me. I feel more like happy to be here when there's all these people, whether they're rooting for me or other players. Fortnite's grown so much, and I just can't wait to see all like the crowd, and I know it's gonna get bigger and bigger every event. So,
fellas, best of luck at the Fortnite World Cup this weekend. Seriously, nothing but the best for you. But we're in the thick of things here in New York, so I think we gotta get some pizza. You guys down? All right, let's do it. New York's got everything. And this weekend, most importantly, it's got the Fortnite World Cup. Now that these two have had their slice, let's see how they handle the competition.
Good guy, Golden Boy. You gotta love him. You can't not. He's just the best, and it's really cool that he got to go out, hang out with Aiden, get some pizza, and, you know, just tour New York. You love to see it. You love to see it. Now, guys, there is actually a dynamic duo that we want to talk to. We actually have Jordan Fisher standing by. He's going to be chatting with Nix and PF Zin. These guys qualified back from the Brazilian region. They've got some things to say. So, Jordan, let's go over you.
Thank you, my friend. I've got Nix and PF Zin here. Nix, you have been absolutely dominating in the last few weeks, especially where the solos and the duos are concerned. Being the first Brazilian player to qualify for the World Cup, can you talk to me a little bit about the dynamic that the two of you share as partners?
Nix, você estava dominando nas últimas semanas, principalmente para os qualifiers da World Cup. Você pode falar um pouco sobre a dinâmica de vocês?
Eu e o PFzinho costuma jogar bem agressivo e tentar pegar o máximo de eliminações possível.
PFZ and I, we try to play as aggressively as possible and get as many eliminations as we can.
As you should in the name of Battle Royale right now. PF Zin, you seem to balance out the fiery kind of loose cannon nature of Nix, who is obviously a dominant player, you know, kind of helping him set up for a solid end game. What's it?
So solo. Wait.
The translator's ready to go, dude.
Let's just watch it actually.
Mais balanceado da dupla.
Basicamente eu tenho uma role de suporte, então eu meio que fico nas backlines e ele vai na frente. Quando a gente tem um high ground, por exemplo, ele
tem a função de ficar embaixo matando todo mundo e eu controlando o high ground. Basicamente é um lado mais estratégico, enquanto ele é o lado mais agressivo.
Basically, I have more of a support role. Whenever we're in high ground, I'm just more in the background, supporting him. Like he has a more aggressive role.
Jordan Fisher.
Yeah.
To fire the loose cannon at the end, it reminds me of the very W key in a West that I play on all the time. That has really, just got me cranking my 90s on a regular basis. You know about that courage, right? Am I right? Back to you.
Whoa. Jordan, it's back to me. Come on. Courage, he's just found the chicken parmesan. Someone whispered the word and he went running. Hate to see it. Also, big shout out to Nix at PFN. I actually chatted with Nix very quickly. He walked up and was like, "Hi, I'm Nix." And I'm thinking, this guy knows how to talk. So I talked a bunch of stuff, told him how much I loved him. Turns out he didn't understand any of it. So I had to get a translator to tell him that I love him. But that's how things go. Now, of course, guys, I know what you want. You want more games. We have 4 more on deck. So I think for now, we're going to send it back up to Golden Boy and Monster. They're going to get us into these games. So, how's CJ Mike Brown? Play us in.
Click doesn't look like the actual things. That's weird. Like the clicks that puts Tifu, is that the real, is that clicks? Spin that beat! Oh, yeah.
All right, huge shout out to DJ Mike Brown, spinning the 1s and 2s here at the Arthur Ashe Stadium. Golden Boy alongside Master D-Face, Boricua Boys back at it again, looking to bring you the fun as we have games 3 and 4 on deck. And so far, this has been one of the most exciting events I've ever been to. That game 1 was ridiculous. Game 2 did not disappoint at all, Monster.
No, it didn't. I thought for a second there we're going to see back-to-back performances from Zay and Sap. And I mean, we honestly did. Everyone that was in the top 10 contestant, even Miz and Daedra, they were performing. We saw them cut it all the way through. And it's that level of consistency that's going to cut the difference in making it all the way through the top 10 and being a World Cup winner.
What I've loved seeing is that standings page, top 10.
Tomorrow, I cannot do the solo one. I cannot. This kind of sucks, guys. I'd like to see who wins a solo.
Everyone's putting in every little bit they can. But folks, it's now time for game number 3. The players are all in the battle bus, and we are about to take off. Let's see who's going to get that much closer to raising the trophy and being your Fortnite World Champions of Duos. Here we go.
Keep it going, Golden Boy, because we are jumping into game 3 as these cameras populate your favorite.
We're Spectic, we're Spectic, we're Skeptic. Said Spectic. I think he's right there now. He has blue and purple hair. And he's blue hair. Retro. Zextro.
And there they are on your screen. So
Zextro. Zextro.
Right over that ice biome. It's going to cut pretty much center of the map there. And Vinny and Zextro, I'm very happy that they're performing this well, Monster. This is a duo that had so much success. Even going into the World Cup qualifiers, we all were like, yeah, this is a duo that definitely...
I got a vote from TSM.
Hey, they could even win the whole thing.
FaZe has like, I think like 7 members, I think. It did Sir, did Sway qualify?
Make sure I'm getting that right.
I think Sway's qualified for solos.
I mean, that's what you expect of our competitive veterans, specifically.
Sway might be in solos. For solos, who I'm cheering for is probably Sway, if he's in it.
In here we have UA and KBB. He's going to take down Mexi. Is Scram close by? Is he close enough? And this is a battle going down in Snot.
This guy right here, UN, is a god.
We have players getting dropped. That's
He's a god. He's really good.
Lucky for us to catch that one, but there's shots coming in from the Viking Island right up above, and he just kind of, there's a corner, sweeps him up, catches that full elim there, so that's his now. And on toe-to-toe action here, Golden Boy.
Very rough situation to be in here, but Zextro now looking to engage in this one. Go over to his POV now. Kind of get it's a little wild, man. It's like just getting the bearings all together here. I think for the players as well, that moment where they can just have that conversation. What are they going to do? How are they going to just implement their strategy going into the next game? What is that strategy going to be? Do you mix it up? Do you change the drop spots? These are things that are going to be so important for these players. The time that they can take to just communicate with one another. Now, Scram looking to be potentially in a world of hurt here. We heard from Nyx, PFZin earlier on. The Brazilian duo. They're going to be on the hunt for him, so they know that he's around here. They're just trying to sniff him out.
Yeah, and if you were in the players' lounge, you could feel the tension, specifically when we brought up the Brazilian duos, the Brazilian players. These guys qualified.
Like the people from like North Korea and club are always super good.
Nyx especially being one of our only players to like literally qualify as hard as you can in the, you know.
I mean, like, these guys are all good, but like, I'm saying like who's the probably one of the best in the whole thing. Aiden, Mongrel, Skeptic, and Dubs, they'll all do really good. Wang will do good.
Perhaps he grabbed his teammate's reboot card. He's maybe looking for that play. Nyx and PFZin, they have to have an idea of where he's going to be located here.
Yeah, he does not want to give up his position here. He's actually just hiding in the basement right now, hoping that these guys just kind of blow by like dust in the wind right here. As Nyx and PFZin, they think it's clear. They think it's all good because they came in and they just wrapped up one of the other players. They actually didn't initiate the battle against Mexi and Scram here. So Scram might just get lucky and be able to kind of sneak on by as he hears this powerhouse duo this to the zone soon.
And loot they definitely will because they're getting a lot of resources out of this. Scram over in the distance. He's going to be out of there, but now we're making our way over to the action. It's happening with 7SSK7. Got Spades and Crims now looking to push on for this fight here, potentially. Got some shots going off. Crims is going to play that overlook position, getting challenged there, and trying to use that advantage from the down low, a little bit of that right hand, right? Just see if he can get a peek in there. Does get tagged up, Crims. Guy does back away there, does manage to build out. Spades is going to force him out. There you go. So they're just right now playing for that positioning, and I like the fact that they're using these.
I'm gonna mute my mic. You guys can just watch it. I go do something. It's gonna take like 10 minutes. So I'm back, guys. Look for me, my mic. You guys, yeah, you can't hear me. Never mind. I'm back.
And really get a lay of the land, and then going for the engagement.
Yeah, absolutely. The best duos will try their best to isolate their opponents, really force them into, you know, very weird situations like this, force the 1v1s, and hopefully get those free shots, and then pursue the push here. So again, look at how now they're split up again. So Spades and Crims are doing a great job here, pressuring and isolating their opponents right now. And so far, they're definitely dictating the pace of battle here.
Yeah,
that's what they want to continue to do.
They're suffocating them. Plain and simple, right? Not let them get any kind of movement there. I mean, Jamside and 7SSK7, they're having a conversation of what the play is. What is the movement going to be? But Crims and Spades are not going to allow them that opportunity to breathe. That's going to be the down there. Crims managing to knock down Jamside. He's looking for 7SSK7 around the corner, and that's going to be the elimination registered. Both players are going to be out of there. And a big win there for Crims and Spades.
What a clean push right there. Crims and Spades have so much to prove here because when they qualified, they were kind of looked down on like, wait a second, was it luck? Was it not? No, they're here to show it off and show why they're at the World Cup Finals. But now, hopping back with Miz and Daedra, we saw them have a great game one, came out top 10, and they're still in the running. They're in about the top 10 right now as well, based off of eliminations. Not necessarily picking up too many placement points. They're heavily dependent on just wiping up these players at these points of interest. And looks like Lucky Landers is theirs right now.
And they'll have that, but let's see. Miz and Daedra. They linger about it. I love the fact that you go to this hot spot here, so there is going to be a bunch of free items that you're going to be able to pick up on. Also, you're going to have that circle advantage. It's right there, so you don't got to worry too much. You can continue to focus on looting. High ground has been lost, though. Miz needs to be careful. Where's Daedra at? He's going to be right next to him, trying to get these angles.
So what they have to do, they have to stick together. Looking for the sound cues right here. Can they find their opponent, catch a nice little low ground peak right here? Low ground is definitely underrated. If you can just kind of peek out, catch a big shot, you're almost guaranteed a headshot, which is a big multiplier.
Yeah, players don't really think about that, right? Like you always see Fortnite players go after the high ground. That's the bread and butter for a lot of players that play this game. But you know better than most that the low ground can pay dividends for you if you know how to take advantage of that positioning and maybe some overzealous players to try and get aggressive on you. You got Gustavo along with Wishy.
I'm actually very interested to see if Gustavo's going to lead this push here, because specifically between these two players right here, this duo, this Brazilian duo, Gustavo doesn't necessarily lead the pushes. It's Wishy. Wishy's the aggressive one here. So he has the ultimate high. He's always looking for the shot. What are they going to do? It's just a nice standoff.
Yeah, and that's this whole event, right? Players have just been very cautious about what they want to do. They are not trying to get too aggressive in these fights. They know what's on the line here. Millions in prizing is on the line. You do not want to make a bad decision. Be one of those teams that are eliminated out early on. But Gustavo's going to be putting shots down. Focusing this player, forcing him to actually build up. He has no builds to work with as well. 19 HP remaining, and just a hope and a prayer, but unfortunately for him, that was not going to be enough there. Gustavo's out. Wishy isn't going to happen for him either. And Miz, he's feeling it. That's going to be 2 elims for this duo.
You gotta love the snarky little smirk right there on his face when you get those 2 points.
Smirky.
Feels so good.
It's really good. It feels really good. And then Volks and Parpy. And look at this. Parpy actually dealing with this battle. And this other player that actually got the high ground against him was focus firing on Volks. Parpy pushing back here. I wonder, you get split up like this, but Volks and Parpy, they love playing a very aggressive style. They'll get in your face. They'll box you out if they need to.
Yeah, without a doubt, this duo was unmatched when it came down to eliminations in the qualifying rounds. They had the most, actually, and even pulled off a consecutive 5 victories in 8 games to qualify for one of the weekends. Volks and Parpy, another kind of reference to Game 1. They had a great Game 1. We saw them picking up duos, but we haven't seen them necessarily make it through to endgame. All they have to do is kind of slow it down here, and that's what they're trying to do, but being split up is terrible.
Also, in the distance, I just want to make note, Wolfie's a very aggro controller player. He's another one. I think that we've seen a fun mixture of players that look to get that safe approach to the game, and then others that just want to take early fights, get some points early on, because maybe they're playing that early game strategy rather than like focusing so hard. Like if you get late game, that's great, but you do want to rack up a few eliminations. Look how low the points are that have been thus far in games 1 and 2. Get yourself a few elims and then maybe manage to make it to that top 15, which is very hard given how many players have stayed alive in this game. Games 1 and 2, we were at what, circle 5? Yeah, circle 5, I think. We were sitting at like 45, 46 players. They're just waiting for movement.
Yeah, and that's where that storm surge kicks in, right? Does damage to players. That's dealing back. Crew and Chapels, one of my picks to watch. Have sort of been struggling in the format so far. I guess when the real pressure's on, the environment shifts, right? Everything changes.
That's right. Everything changes here, and Crew does manage to get that shot off, or attempted to, with that tactical shotgun. It was not going to get the connection necessary there, but it did put the fear in the player to have to back away. Both players, well, respecting the space from one another. The stinkers come out. Crew and Chapix having to get out of there, and they're going to use those, I believe, the shockwave nade to just fly on out of there. Didn't see the purple over their bodies there, but they were able to fly on out of that fight. Could have gotten real risky for them.
I was going to say, that was a respectful disengage. You only got 6 games here, 2 of which have happened.
Yeah, that's
they
right.
need big performances. They have to push towards placement and endgame. So good on them to kind of back up. And when you have stinkers, there's no defense against it. You get chunked down right through your builds. It really is annoying to go against. And speaking about the stinkers here, Epic Whale's under pressure right now, and that's just going to chunk him down. They force him off of the campfire, and we'll see if he returns to it. Yep, here you go.
Yeah, you're only going to get so much time with that campfire. Epic Whale along with 40R Storm. This is a Week 10 qualified duo. Last moment you could possibly have it happen, and they managed to pull it off. Maybe this could be the game for them. Another dominating duo in the scene, Airwalks and Nikov. Airwalks winning the Pro-Am yesterday 2 times now. This is a whole new ball game. Best players in the world in this lobby. It's not going to be a cakewalk, and he knows that. It hasn't been the best run thus far for Airwalks and Nikov.
Yeah, and it was their last final games there. Notice the text right there. The fast track, Airwalks and Nikov qualified for the Fortnite World Cup in their final 7 games. That's intense. They were struggling so close on the cusp every single weekend, so close to qualifying. If it was 5 placements, they were 6 or so like that. It was that close for them. But jumping in here, Crew is going to put some pressure down, and it looks like his teammate has been traded out as well. He's already gone.
Also going to see some eliminations over in the feed as well. You got Crew who just cleaned up on Volks, but Septic took out X-Mend. And then I think I saw XXM pop up there on the receiving end of a shot there, so we'll be out of the action as well. Crew by himself has 1 elimination. Going to be looking to get as many points as possible. Now we're going to be sitting with 40 duos left alive. We're going into the next circle here in just a little bit. It's going to start to collapse. Salty Springs is going to be the point of interest for all of our players here. Got a lot of bodies that are going to be lingering outside. Some that are even as far out as Dusty Divot, like on the northern end of it, sticking around there. So maybe trying to get some last-minute loot, perhaps. We'll have to see.
Here is Parpy looking for that peak. Volks and Parpy always tend to stay together, but wait a second, that was a tricky little shockwave right there. He did try to sneak his way into the build. He takes the wall. What are you going to do with it? Crew still looking for the replacement here. He gets it on land, takes the wall. 184. Crew's excitement, you can feel it from here. That was a huge shot. With the new tactical shotgun, the legendary.
That's right. When you're feeling it, man. He went right for the fight. Ambitious, the young player there from Sweden, 15 years of age, man, and he's playing for millions of dollars. So many of these players, they're just young ones. We have a lot of young fans here in the arena today. Maybe next year this could be them. And then you got a few of the veterans. Zexro, Vinny, saw Nate Hill, as well as Funk Mongrel, Mitro, Aiden there in the corner of the screen. And back over to our Game 2 winners, Zexro and Vinny. No eliminations to their name thus far. I mentioned Wolfie's aggro controller player. He went right for Nyx and just take him out on that one.
Yeah, I definitely want to see Wolfie hopefully catch some more highlights before the weekend's over. Touch base with him. He's a great kid, definitely enthusiastic about being here at the World Cup, and he feels totally prepared. He's ready to represent. He's one of the few controller players to actually qualify for this weekend. This is a big weekend for a lot of players, obviously, clearly. Here you have Cease and Elevate. They haven't found the rhythm.
They've been a little quiet, man. They won WSOE, a great duo that has had success in the past, but this has just not been their game so far. Got to get something to turn it around. The talent is certainly there. I think I saw someone on the Fortnite competitive Reddit mention, why is no one talking about Cease and Elevate? And I think it's just important to note that in order for us to talk about it, they got to start doing some things. And I think games 1 and 2 has not been their game.
Yeah, and I mean, we were there in the warm-up rounds. A lot of players were not necessarily revealing strategy, but whoa, that's a huge shot on Ziff right there as Mitro sends one flying down the field right there.
Sent him packing. Dear me. All right, so back into the action at hand. We're going to have 36 duos left in this. Notable names, obviously, Mega and Dubs. Benji Fishy, Mr. Savage. A lot of people in the crowd popped for Benji Fishy when he walked out, as well as Mr. Savage. For due reason, this is a stupendous duo. The double snipe combination from Benji Fishy and Mr. Savage.
Big shot right there. These double snipes, you gotta be careful. There's no standing still in a box here because you might eat one right there. They line up another.
Right.
Not quite successful that time around, but hey, all damage matters. Storm Surge, you want to be dealing damage. You cannot stay idle. There are no free passes at the World Cup.
Look what happened in Game 1, man. The Storm Surge claimed a lot of victims. You have to be engaging in fights. You cannot stay still. There's Fwexy and Letwick on the move. Nyrox right behind him. Cooler organization. Benji Fishy's going to be down. Just saw that one off on the side. Mr. Savage now having to deal with a player that had engaged on him. Going to get built above. He just needs to wait this one out here, but Benji does get cleaned up. Yeah, that was going to be Fwexy.
And that was such a sneaky ambush right there. He used the shadow bomb, pushed up. Notice Benji was kind of over-peeking, harassing players with that sniper. You cannot hold down
scope right there. He ate a shotgun to the face, and that's why Benji goes down. And I love what Savage did here. He just went for high ground. He had to immediately get out of there and leave his duo behind. So what can Mr. Savage do? One of the best mechanical players here today. What can he do by himself?
It's not going to be easy. Not with a lobby like this. At this point in time, he's really just looking to play the keep away game. Maybe he can pick off a player with that heavy sniper, get an elimination for himself. They only have 1 point right now, and they're nowhere near getting the placement points currently. But he's still looking to harass some players. Put some pressure on them. Now you see that half out circle. Only 2 duos are going to be inside of there. So everyone's going to have to start to move over to that east side. It's going to be a struggle for so many players. They're starting to make the moves right now. They want to try and gatekeep, prevent these players from getting inside.
This is a team we want to watch right now during this rotation. Mongrel and Mitro, they are masters at executing, especially when they have mobility like this to cut across the field. They are on the hunt right now, and there's no reason for them to rush. Once they spot out someone, they're gonna pounce. They're gonna jump on that target.
Yeah, they're gonna wait for you to make that mistake. And with the nerves at an all-time high here, players are certainly gonna make that error in judgment. Saw it happen in scrims when we were looking at players just getting warmed up. So much at stake here, but there's the launch pad. It's going to go out now. Need to be wary of getting beamed in the sky. So many times you think that you're just going to be sailing away with no problem, not a care in the world, and then you just end up losing all of your shields, all of your HP, and then that's it. You're done.
I've seen it countless number of times. People tweet out, you know, you fly across, you get taken out the sky, but it's all about timing. Neither Mitro nor Mongrel were shot once on that rotation, and it was masterfully done right there. And whoa, it looks like they're tracking so beautifully. Catches someone trying to just kind of rotate on by in a shadow bomb, but that was not enough.
You were not safe from the shadows there, buddy. Another thing, too, was that when they were out of position for a brief moment, the way that they were able to just get back together, right? That patience with one another, the communication, you need to have it when you're getting down to these final moments. 25 duos are going to still be standing here. You got Calculator and Macwood. They're going to have that high ground up above. They shouldn't be comfortable just yet, because anything can happen here. Look at where that next circle is going to be going. Moves need to be made.
With that RPG, I mean, they can basically take high ground at any given moment that they want nor choose. Calculator looking around, already on 4 eliminations for Macwood. Macwood did say he's the fragger of the duo. We'll see if Calculator can keep up right now. I am just poking good fun because Calculator loves to talk a big game on the social medias.
He really does, man. He's a character without a doubt. But right now, there's no fun and games to be had. This is Game 3 of the Fortnite World Cup Finals. It's time to put up or shut up for a lot of these players.
And look at that, wasting no extra mats. They do not waste more than they have to.
This was earlier on. An elimination onto Mongrel and Mitro. There you have it. Out of the game once again. That duo, European powerhouse, gonna pay there to dubs and Mega.
So far, so good. Macwood, again, just holding this positioning right here. He is going to get blocked out with his teammate accidentally, but it's all good. This is still his ground to control right now. They have clear control of the skies here.
And they have a ton of builds to work with as well, Monster. 4 eliminations for Macwood. A great game for him thus far. That's 4 points for this duo, but he's going to be taking some shots. Has to be careful there. And there you can see the lay of the land, Monster.
Yes, the placement thresholds will be divvied out soon. There goes the Storm Surge already ringing down on players. Jay has to make a big move. Doesn't matter. Zayt is going to wrap up right here as Keys goes down as well. And the shots are flying. And you can just look at the overhead, the chaos that's going on in the mid-ground specifically.
And look who's still in this, Saf. They're going to be in first place. If they keep this going, another dominant game for them, another high-placing game could be the difference maker to keep them in that first place position. Up on the high ground, Calculator and Macwood putting down shots to get
yet again, not giving players any moment to be comfortable whatsoever. Look at the names that are here, though. The Rockets now starting to fly by Wolfies. Wolfies having to defend himself. Zate's going to be out of this one, so now it's going to be up to Saf. And Saf, he had to see his teammate go down, but his back's going to be to the storm there. Now looking at Mega, who's waiting this one out. He knows on the right side of your screen, you can see it down low, that these players, they're going to try and force their way into his box, so he has to play defense. He has to disengage. And there's Saf, who just lost his teammate Zafe. Now he's going to be running this one solo. And then up above, it's Macwood and Calculator. This whole time, they picked up 3 eliminations from that whole exchange, Monster.
That's exactly where you want to be. They're still putting this pressure down. And Zaf is looking for one, but it's Vinny who's going to take him out right there. So Vinny's going to find his first elimination, and he has so much health. He is in the game right now, although by himself because Zextro is down. And now Oslo, Bad Sniper, one of the few duos that are still left in this game right here. Arkham somehow, with a masterful rotation, he's still in as well. Bad Snipers at 11 eliminations with Oslo here.
Wow, unreal stuff. Bad Sniper is going to be out of this one. Macwood and Calculator still owning the high ground on the mid. Down below, dous and Mega, one of the premier duos here at the Fortnite World Cup Finals. Could they get the high ground and wrestle the control away from Calculator and Macwood? Oslo waiting for Vinny. You can see that engagement down low, but we got to focus on what's going on above here because Macwood and Calculator, they have their eyes on dous and Mega, and they do not want to give them that freedom to dictate where they want to go. They want to try and pinch them. Arkram just eliminated Vinny on that, and it's going to be Oslo and Arkram down low, but you're going to have a clash, a 2v2 in the high and in the mid ground, and dous and Mega feeling that pressure, needing to just dial back here, wait a minute, because I think what they're doing is they're just trying to see if they're going to run out of builds. Essentially, I mean, the play here certainly has just been defense, defense, defense.
Yes, that's right. Oslo's now left by himself. All he has to do is time this firefight, so long as he doesn't bother them. But dous and Mega try to go for the high ground and make a fatal error. They fall to the low here, Golden Boy.
This isn't looking good there. Mega and dous, they have the low ground, the ultimate low ground. Oslo's going to be outside, but they get the elimination. Calculator and Macwood, they're holding the high ground, and that's the victory royale. Macwood pops off in game 3. 7 eliminations for him, 2 for Calculator, 9 total, plus the victory royale. 19 points for that duo. Crushed it.
There was just something about the loadout. Seeing that RPG once they already were holding the best point, the high ground. You just knew pressure, and that's what Macwood did there. What was it, 7 eliminations? Hey, shout out to Calculator too. He got a couple at the end.
Yeah, he had his back. Most importantly, dous and Mega constantly playing that defense. Credit to Macwood and Calculator for the way that they continue to apply the pressure. And then it was the shock, sending them down low, forcing them into that engagement. Credit to Oslo now, who took traps instantly to see maybe he can get a cheeky trap elimination. Didn't work out for him there, but a top 3 placing for him. Certainly got to be happy with that one. And then it came down to the final moment when Calculator and Macwood together were able to push his player with their combat shotties. Boom, that's the game. And look how happy they were there.
So good. Gotta love the reactions right there.
Whew. What a game that was. Had a little bit of a slow ramp up, you know? But that's what Fortnite will do to you. You're just talking, you're having a conversation about where the positioning is going to be, and then out of nowhere, boom, you're in the action, you're in the fight, and things start to get wild. Great game there for Macwood and Calculator. Calculator winning on the world stage, man. Look at that. Eat your heart out, Reddit.
I gotta say, you know, I'm sure he's proved a lot of people wrong, and you have to respect it.
Yeah.
But, Golden Boy, I want to see where we stand here.
Where are we right now? So at the top, it's still going to be Saf and Zate with 38 points. They have that victory royale from game 1 and 16 eliminations. Mega, dous, second place, looking pretty. No victory royales for them thus far. You saw Zextro and Vinny do the same thing, but it's Calculator and Macwood that jump up to 6th place. They have 22 points total, 12 eliminations in that game. They're finally in that top 10.
I want to take it one step further. Bad Sniper and Oslo jump up to 13 total eliminations. They didn't have anything up until this point. They just had one great pop-off game.
Yeah.
And suddenly they're in the running here. It is anyone's game in the top 10 because you have to be consistent. And again, there's always those wild cards, those pop-off moments. And here's a look at page 2. Any of these guys are still in the running right now.
You got Bell and Scarlet, who've been wrestled out of the top 10. the Japanese duo who had a premier game in game number 1. Benji Fishy, Mr. Savage saw their demise earlier on. They're going to have 13 points there, but you saw the standings, and we're in game 3. And these games are going to be so critical. Games 3 and 4 really set that tone, because once you get into like game 5, a lot of players are going to be down low. Like, there's opportunity for you to try and get your way into that top 20, which is where you're really going to start to get a lot in the prizing. But for the folks that are going to be sitting in top 10 right now, they're going to be feeling very nice about their current standings. For game 3 to be in second place, dous and Mega, and then Saf and Zay still performing so well.
And that's the crazy part. Dubs and Mega, everyone has been rooting for them. They're like that wild card that came out of nowhere, and they really swept the competitive community hard lately.
Yeah, that's right. So I did get word. We have Jordan standing by with our winners from game 3. Jordan, take it away.
NA really showing up and showing off today. It's amazing, seemingly tapping in that nail on the coffin. Such a please pardon the pun, I have to say, calculated game here from Calculator and Macwood. Guys, well matted, well utilized. You dominated high ground, seemingly all of that in-game there. Walk me through that process of getting that high ground, attaining, and then dominating for the rest of the game.
Well, we were able to pick up 2 lucky eliminations on that outer circle of 4th zone, I think it is, and we were able to use our mats to build up. We were lucky enough to get half and half, and we were able to just beam people out of the air, hold high, and got lucky with a couple zones.
Amazing. Well, I mean, again, you had 3 games left to go. The strategy, is it going to continue to shift around a little bit, or are you guys going to maintain what you've been working on thus far?
I didn't hear the question.
Strategy, maintaining thus far. You guys have a very calculated and very patient game, seemingly leading all the way up to the end of the end game. Right, walk me through your strategy for the end of the next 3 games.
Shoot them in the head.
Shoot them in the head. You heard it here first. Back to you, GV and Monster.
Calculator gets one opportunity to show the world his prowess and knowledge of Fortnite. He just says shoot them in the head. You gotta respect it.
You know, some people, it's just that simple, and hey man, maybe he's just wired that way, right? We're all wired a little differently. Calculator has clearly got his head on his shoulders, and he's ready to just shoot things.
Yeah, but Macwood was the one doing a bulk of the shooting in that last game. 7 eliminations for Macwood. He looked so great, and you would expect the young Calculator to be the one that leads the charge on slaying, but Macwood, man, holding it down. And let's not get ahead of ourselves here. I mean, you know, Macwood not that much older, right? But I think it's just important to note that you have to have teammates at any point in time to just pop off. Like, you need that. It's so necessary. You got to trust in your teammate. That's what makes a lot of these duos so successful.
Yes, I mean, we've seen it from the start of every round. Some teams are just more aggressive than others, and they know how to stick together.
A lot of great moments in that game, and good news for us is that we got Sundown standing by to break it all down. Sundown, over to you.
Thank you so much, Golden Boy and Monster. Now, we talked about Safe and Zat. We just got to talk with Macwood and Calculator, but dubs and Mega had an incredible game from the early into the mid that they transitioned into a top 2 performance. So let's dive right on in and see what allowed to make them into the top 3. First, notice their elims in the bottom corner, but the rifle fire together. The second they see the shield is down, able to pick up 1. Mega is the one who is leading the charge here. He picks up all 4 of their first elims. You can see Waller plays down, and the trap is so intelligent. Double ticks going through, places the ramp so it's phased. Knowing the yellow is there, pushes in 2 more elims, chugs flashes. Dubs stays up with just barely enough HP, and you can see he's trying to trap the floor every single time. Gets the mid-ground control. 5th elim for Mega. We talked about how high their ceiling was, unfortunately using the shockwave to go down and end up at a low ground disadvantage. Calculator and Macwood able to ride it out, but now Mega and Dubs have pushed into that top 3, challenging to be the first ever World Championship duo. The team who has possibly the highest ceiling, full qualified solos and duos. The question is, in the last half, the last 3 games, will they be able to keep it up? Will NA stay on top? Will Serpent and Hype represent Oceania and upset the apple cart? I'm about ready to see some hype myself. Let's throw it back inside for the last 3 games. Gentlemen, take it away.
Well, if you want hype, got you covered, baby, because these games have been incredible. And if you're just joining us for the first time, welcome to the Fortnite World Cup Finals live from New York City. We're in the Arthur Ashe Stadium. Game 3 just concluded. We had 3 different winners across 3 different games. This is our duos competition. These players are playing for a lot of money in prizing. So much on the line here. Lives will change forever after today for those players that are on the stage. Some of the folks you're seeing on your screen right now in, well, I would say in a different situations than they would find themselves in. You got Vinny and Zexro, they're right there. Zayt and Sap, 3 games in, still holding on to first place. It has been wild stuff. Welcome, I'm Golden Boy alongside with Monster D-Face here, and it's been a great day. Really, there's nothing more that you could possibly say about it. And as I had mentioned before, the prizing, the money that these guys are battling it out for, this is it. First place will take home $3 million. Second place gets $2.2 million. Like, that's just absurd. You get in the, where is this here?
4 millionaires, 4 millionaire duos before the weekend is over. Not to mention all the fame and clout that comes with it. So I think you'll be pretty well off at that point. But everyone's a winner here. We're here to celebrate all of the competitors that made it this far to the Fortnite World Cup final stage, because those 10 weekends of qualifications were not easy.
Yeah, when you get into 10th place, that's where you really start to rack up the coin. But Game 4 now about to begin. Here we go, folks. Let's see who's going to come out on top. We've had 3 different winners, but our top performers have been consistent through and through. Are we going to see a repeat winner? Are we going to get a new one to add to the list? It's now time. The battle bus is loaded up. Let's start Game 4.
And you know what? Every game so far, we've seen a new winner. I love that. Same thing with the Pro-Am. There was always some new duo showing that, hey, we've been playing this game. We're ready to take a victory. Everyone here has the potential to come out on top, and you see it unfold in those final moments.
Throughout the weekend, we've been doing interviews, meeting with fans, and talking to people, and a lot of folks have asked, who do you think is going to win? And I know it sounds like a cop-out answer, but I'll be very real with you all. I have no freaking idea because it truly is up. It's up in the air. This is a battle royale game. At any point in time, you can have Macwood and Calculator just having the game of their lives in Game 3, and now look, boom, they're going to be sitting in the top 10. I mean, how do you even predict that?
We nearly saw it with Zayt and Sap. I think anyone with good logic can clearly put their money on people that have had prior experience, but even that is not enough, because Macwood and Calculator showing that, hey, you know what? We don't even need that. We're here to slay.
dous and Mega, they're in 2nd place. They made their names in these qualifiers that led us up to this point. They did not find themselves in land. This is the first time these young men are up there playing on this stage. When I was their age, I couldn't even believe that I would be capable of doing something like that. And they're doing it, and they're doing it with style. And then, to make matters worse, for everyone else in the server, they've been so consistent, deadly through and through.
Yeah, that's right. And they're in 2nd place, no victory royale. So just showing that if you step to their box, you're gonna get hurt. We saw Mega with the masterful, and I mean beautiful performance under Storm Surge pressure. He didn't even blink an eye, still fighting other players, fighting his way out of that desperate situation. Volks and Parpy, let's just hop into this duo right here. We'll talk about him a little bit. They are known for sticking to the hip in PvP. Earlier today, we saw Volks get traded out, but it wasn't just like an easy trade. They were actually winning the engagement up until that point, just showing that they have this skill. And that's the OCE region, right? One of the most feared regions here at the qualifiers, because of the fact that you just had to get a ton of elims. You had to be #1 in the region.
When talking to players, I would ask them, what are you looking to avoid? And every time, if it was, you know, the NAU players, they would say, I'm just trying to avoid OCE or Brazil. I don't want to have to deal with that, because they play the hyper aggro style, and they just don't care who you are. They're going to go for the fight.
I mean, you saw Scarlet and Bell in that first game. I truly thought they were going to take the whole thing. It was so close.
Even Sinnoh in the Pro-Am yesterday, another top player
in the Asian
region, finished 2nd. And he was just, I know it's a Pro-Am, obviously a different competition there, but he was just going into boxes. He didn't care. Not a care in the world for them. Now, Volks and Parpy, you find a player above here, right by the jet stream.
And he hit him once for whites already, so that means there is no shield on that player. You can have up to 100 effective shield. That player's dangerously weak, and folks just keep an eye on him. He doesn't know if he slipped out already, and he says, you know what, I'm going to go back to my teammate. It's a little too risky getting split up here.
Yeah, play for the mid to late game in this situation now, but 7SSK is going to be dealing once again with Spades and Crimson. Seems like just a constant for them. They cannot seem to win out on this fight. Crimson's going to be down though, so the advantage could be going in the favor of Jamside and 7SSK. Spades going to have the high ground, now having to deal with a 1v2. Does he have what it takes to pull this one off? He doesn't own that wall. He has no more builds to work with as well. They're going to push out, and Spades couldn't deal with it, and that's going to be the win there for those two.
You would think for Jamside and SSK, like, hey, you know, we've been landing here, haven't been successful. Do you mix it up? They say, nah, I'm going to stick to my guns here, because everyone's a winner, regardless.
The VP boys coming out on top. Week 6 qualifiers for them, and they just need that game, that one game. So many of these players get that one game that catapults them into the top 10. Then the momentum shifts, the confidence starts to rise up. You think to yourself, I am capable of being able to do this.
Mongrel looking for it right here. Love this dual perspective right now. Mongrel's actually looking for a side angle. He's going for the offense, pushing out. Easy tracking this player down. It's really hard to tell. They're getting into, really just going deeper into Neo Tilted. If you hang on the outskirts or by the slips, you're at huge risk for getting dived onto. It looks like they say, you know what, we're just going to continue to push on through. Those guys dive off, and those markers are actually the trackers. They say, hey, you're going this way. Mongrel still wants a piece of this.
Keeping up with where players are moving in the crowded Neo Tilted, a new area that was introduced just a little while ago. Some players made Tilted Towers their home. This was a drop spot for so many, the likes of Nick Merckx, Aiden, right? But ever since it changed, you started to see players second guess whether or not they wanted to go to the new Tilted. Talking to Aiden earlier, actually when we went out to go get pizza and stuff, he had mentioned like Tilted's just a whole different beast now. Just not something that he really would want to deal with. That's why you don't really see him going that way anymore.
Yeah, it's just a different lay of the land. As things start to shift, different comforts kind of tend to evolve and whatnot here. But we have Twiz in cover H looking for a push down right now. And they have the positioning, they have the high ground. And it's just a matter of, do we want to dive down? They don't want to give up their angle. They know this duo below them have a flint knock. Flint knock can do so much damage if you peek the wrong way. Minimal's gonna hit you for about 80.
This duo from New Zealand, we had a chance to talk to them for that piece, and great to see that friendship, the communication that they'll have with one another, something that a lot of these duos that came together for the Fortnite World Cup duos portion of the finals don't really have. They don't have that cohesion, that chemistry that these two will have, right? That Saf and Zayt would have as well.
Crazy to think there's 89 players in the lobby and 48 duos, so a lot of disengages, a lot of solos out there right now. Keenstar and Hunter looking to defend themselves right now, and it's just a cat game right here, cat and mouse game. What are they going to do? They actually shockwave on out of there, and into the slip they go. They're out. They're trying to get away. That was a shadow bomb right there, and he's gone.
Yeah, I was a little worried about that duo that was coming in, but the storm is creeping up now. This is only phase 1. Nyx gets knocked by Zexro. Saw that in the elimination feed just a second ago. Item and Derox out in the wide open.
And it looks like, actually, they saw Mend right there building by himself in a one poor wooden shack, and they're pushing the shack now. So Twiz is going to hear these shots off in the distance, but looks like we're hopping over to the Loot Lake area where it's Macwood and Calculator going against Daedra and Miz. This is a top 10 contenders right here.
The Game 3 winners now having to deal with Daedra and Miz. Shots as well, snipe shot. You just heard that one squeak by Daedra. Need to be careful there. There's some more shots being laid out. Disengage as well, and they're just really pushing them away from here because you got to get to that safe zone. Don't want to have to deal with the storm, obviously. It's still early games here, so you're not going to be ticked for too much, but you're really looking for this next zone where you're going to start to move here. And this, again, the game is going to be so slow in the start because as you get closer and closer to the end, game 4, critical game, Monster. So many points you can earn from this. Flying into the top 10 potentially if we have a new winner that was outside of it. This is where players start to, I guess it really sets in on them that they're going to be playing for $3 million in prizing.
Yeah, if it hasn't already, I don't know what world they're living in, but here it is. Twiz goes for the shockwave overhead, and it's dous who eats a chunky one right there. Cover H looking to chop this bad boy down. In comes the sinkers. Is it going to be enough, though? The pressure is so real right here.
Twiz and Cover H doing it not only for themselves, doing it for New Zealand, their families, and everyone watching them at home. And that is going to be one elimination through. I saw that one pop up. That's number 1 for the duo. The challenge comes in, and that's the win there. 2 elims total. Twiz gets them both.
He tried to get out there and play the trap play, but it was not enough. 7 SSK and Jam side have rotated in from Paradise Found.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Down comes the build.
Oh, no.
They should be close enough. Yeah, he is going to be able to catch himself, and the build battle goes off, Golden Boy.
Cover H is going to be down. Jam side. 7 SSK7. You're looking at Jam's perspective here. Going in for the fight, and after winning that one out, it's going to be Jam and 7 SSK7 that get the better of the boys from New Zealand.
They found their stride coming into game 4 so far, and that means they're in the running right now. 4 elims is enough to put you on just about page 2, top 20, and we talked about it. If you can make it to that top 20 bracket, you're still in the running so far because there are several more games left before this thing is over here. This Calculator finds himself very high in the sky right here. He's got a nice little base, and they're just waiting.
Yeah, waiting it out. Norwood's going to be beneath them. And those are the players that were forcing him out before. Oh, no. Starting to hear the explosions, knocking him out.
Wow, he actually sent a shot when the Splode came in and hit Cease with that? What? How was Cease knocked right there?
Just, again, when it comes to Fortnite, you never know what you're really going to expect here. Players will always pull something out of the hat and surprise you each and every time. I was looking over at Macwood, who's playing defense. Calculator now really having to deal with 2 players angling shots at him. Macwood back into a fighting position, a fighting posture to help his buddy out.
Yeah, and it's so unfortunate because they were just about to push to seal the deal and elevate there, and that third party up on the mountain ruined that push.
Slows things down. Elevated Seas having to deal with the stinkers will be moving out of the fight now.
I love it right there. He uses the stinkers to back him off, and since he doesn't take friendly damage from it, he pushes right into enemy territory here. He's so offensive. He's on the enemy traps.
Oh, man.
Macwood gets owned right there.
Not what you wanted to see happen after winning game number 3, but Elevate and
What is up, guys? I'm back.
They just need that moment to pop off so everyone here in New York can see what they're capable of. Such a great duo, but now having to deal with another fight. But to Elevate, what a shot there. On Calculator, sending him packing.
Calculator did a great job, though. He did win his straight off against Cease. Ronaldo and Zipper just nearby, though. Looks like they heard the commotion. They're getting closer. And it's Norwood. Norwood's lurking about. He was like, you know what, getting closer, trying to see what he can do here. And Zip's going to fall down here because of the shockwave.
Yeah, Norwood was the one down low, hearing all of the action happening. Zip and Ronaldo down in front of us. Do they manage to get this wall, just get ownership of it? But the ramp is going to be placed, giving him time to wiggle out of that moment of time.
And Norwood actually used all of his shockwaves there to disengage.
Yeah, it's not really worth it. By herself, evidently. Oh, man. And that's Norwood.
These kids are crapping on kids.
He did not get far at all, my
Kinda.
friend. But there's the other duo right in front of him. Zip and Ronaldo have him in the sights. Ronaldo's going to be on the other side now. Engaging in the fight, not taking any damage.
Such a good job, though. Good job by Zip here to come in and back up his teammate right now. He is trying desperately to get to his teammate here. This is great teamwork. Now they have the pinch lined up, and the trap is down. That's a siphon for Elevate right there.
That siphon could be the difference maker.
Oh, wait.
Zip doesn't have any shields.
Take a moment. Got it. Is T color game? I still alive?
He didn't get knocked. He's not full eliminated yet.
Let's go face Dubs and face Mega.
You don't convert the healing, you don't get the point either here. This Elevate is doing a
I'm going for Mega. I like Mega.
The campfire heals down players as well. This is actually really smart of them to sit on the campfire right now and just wait and buy time. Always looking to set up the base.
I like
right there,
Mega.
trying to get through the build. Some shockwave comes out and
And the trap is down. That's a siphon for Elevate right there.
That siphon could be the difference maker for him. Zip doesn't have any shields. Needs to take a moment. Take a moment to just
why would they even see, like, if they're good enough? Like, I don't get it.
I don't know. Reset here.
He's still in this too. So he didn't get knocked. He's not full elimination.
Cece's still alive. What the heck? Which is a problem. You don't convert the Elam, you don't get the point either here.
At the moment, as everywhere he moves, he cannot seem to catch a break, but he is going to find a little bit of that high ground real estate right here and hopefully ease up the burden. But nope, has to change layers again. Now let's go ahead and take a look.
Oh, and Zip is out of here. Funk.
I'll go for an. I like Nate Hill and Pigs and Funk too. No, it's Airwalks. Airwalks, Elevate.
Moving on now, taking a look at the other side.
Oh, there's Scene and there's Sean and Aiden.
Stompy and Shinken still in the game.
Is that Scene or Sean? I think it's Sean.
All of these duos, very, very powerhouse duos here. Close by right now.
Cause Scene can be Sean too. Like Scene, it may seem like it's Scene, but it's actually Sean. It translates 2 words. Mr. Savage still alive. Mr. Savage is getting carried.
Benji's at 4 eliminations here. Playing very good. 4 Elans.
Final moments, right?
This early in the game to have 4 Elans is actually huge. And I love what they're doing right now, just fishing for damage because Storm Surge, you never want to be under the pressure of the Storm Surge. They know that with 50 players in the lobby, dependent on the zone, Storm Surge will activate, excuse me. So Force Takers is the perfect tool, perfect utility to have.
Mongrel and Vinny. It's just, look at this spot with all these good rate people. Mongrel, Vinny, Aiden. Mongrel could just drop down on Vinny. Just pop him if he wanted to. They both got 3 kills. Chat, if you're ever gonna like, this is what they should have when you're playing World Cup. This is what I'd have. AR. No, I'd have an AR. A combat. Splashes. Minis. And shadows.
Looks like they're going to find themselves another spot. This is actually an interesting spot, but it's all good because they have launch pads. They can get up and over this lip right here. And they're backside safe, so all they have to do is protect their forward angles.
I understand we did get some moments of Mongo earlier on as he's trying to, players are going to start to make some moves. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. We'll come back and see where they are currently.
I wouldn't have gone if I was there.
Oh, Mongrel! Get him! Mongrel!
Nice! Oh my god, nice!
And that's why this is one of the best duos in Fortnite. Way to clutch up in those moments, man. The nerves, they have to be shaking there. But Mongrel, just a steely stare. Love it. Love to see it.
Get out there and get yourself a duo that's going to clutch up for you today in the Fortnite game.
Friend ain't doing it, drop him. You don't need him.
That's right, but you heard him. He said we're going to win, loud and confidently. Mongrel and Mitro are here.
Mongrel is an animal. So is Mitro. They're both gods. I don't get it. Like, people say Tifu's the best. I think Tifu's one of the best, but like, there's so many players that are C better than him. I wonder if it's like. I bet Tifu could beat most players.
You either have to do damage, or less than 50 players have to be in the lobby. So 6 individual players right now are under it. Yep, that's
Well,
it.
people say Tifu's the best, and people some say he's not the best because there's so many other players. But this is the reason why Tifu's is the best. If he 1v1s kids, he's gonna beat him.
They can see that effect
That's the circus skin I have. I have the soccer skin OG first time it came out. That's what I fucked some people with. They balling out of here. Dubs and Mega. Let's go, Dubs. I like Mega. Mega! Woo! Let's go, Dubs and Mega! No, Mega's getting hammered.
But this was from the high ground. This time will be right in front of him. The action has cooled though. They can take a moment to reset.
Definitely did cost a fair amount of metal right there. Mega
Oh dang! Someone donated $100 to him. To TAG.
Just doing a little bit of a material swap right there. Back to Mr. Savage and Benji Fishy.
Mr. Savage. Woo! We're getting. Look at Benji's skin. Look at this dude. Uh-oh. We're about to get lit up on. I'm about to get pooped on.
Then the artillery strike from up above, new item that was added. You can build around and give yourself some defense, so really it's just waiting it out rather than having to move out of.
They need to make like a stinking you need to make a high-tech sniper that can shoot through walls. And then they need like a laser gun, like a laser sniper that when you shoot it, shoots a laser, goes zzzz, and shoots a laser right out. And it can just like fry like walls and crap, and just if it's hitting them, it can just demolish. They need to make that. But it needs to be like a sniper, so it's not shooting like doo 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 like zzz, like a lightsaber, but it's shooting at somebody. Look at that. There's Aiden, Mitro, Mongrel. I think is in there somewhere. I can't find him. Yeah, Mongrel's in there still. There's Airwalks, Nate Hill, Aiden again. I said who else is in there? Sean, Falconer, Vinny. Holy crap, who else is there? Funk in there? Funk might be in there. Elevate, Benji.
Can they find themselves amongst the chaos here? Aqua and Nyrox are holding up the high ground here as well, and that's a scary duo way up top, uncontested.
That's someone that you want to have up above you.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna say this, it's not gonna go so well for, well. Come on, Mongo. Oh, Mongo's dead.
It's going to be the end of the duo that's currently in first place in the standings, but Mega and Dubs. Dubs is out as well. 4 eliminations for the duo, the bottom right of your screen. Mega very capable of being able to punch this out by himself.
Oh wait, Mega and Dubs are still alive. Ouch. Oh, Mega's still alive. Come on, Mega. Mongo's not dead yet. I think, is he? Mega, yeah, he's alive. Mongo got lit up and then got back. Mongo, oh, Mongo, there's 6 kills, Mongo. There's 5 or 6, I can't read it. I think it's 6. 7, oh my god, Mongo died, no. Elevate. One for Aiden. No, Airwalks.
Won't be still in the game.
Controller player talking to our boy Christian earlier. He mentioned he loves to get in the faces of players.
Oof, was that Aiden? No, I was blocking her.
Elevate is out of the game. 7 eliminations for 7 points, not bad at all. And you're going to get the placements to boot. Still, Aqua and Nyrox up above. Then you got Benji Fish.
Mr. Savage.
5 eliminations for him, 6 total with Mr. Savage's 1. Oh, there's a player in front of him. He pops up in front of him. Oh, that's so scary there, but Benji Fishy is eliminated by Sky.
Sky has been around the competitive scene for a long time, and for good reason right there. Nyrox now owning from the high ground, putting that pressure down. A shockwave was initiated right there, but it's not going to be enough.
Nyrox is going to win. They're going to win. They have high ground. And they have splashes. What does Aqua have? They can just splash each other when they're freaking low in health. That's splashing right now, honestly. Splat! Okay, they can't never mind, they're good. They won this, it's no doubt about it.
This is very intense.
Hopefully they win.
Don't have much here. He's gonna put all the splashes down. Is that the decision right there to commit? Looks like the shockwave is gonna cause an eruption in the high ground.
Oh my god, he's dead! Aqua's done for! No, oh, he's still alive.
So close.
5 players remaining.
And
Shockwave is gonna send him all the way up. Nyrox takes out Falconer down low, and he's wrestling.
it's over. It's over!
He's not managed to get the elimination.
Aqua Nyrox! Oh!
7 eliminations for the duo. A big, big win for Nyrox and Aqua.
Huge shockwave play in the final moments right there. It's going to propel him to the high ground and allow him to work top down. But not only that, it chucked everyone into the zone for a couple of seconds right there. So it truly was the ultimate disruption right there.
The shockwave, at the end of the game, will just change everything. The complexion of it all. And just everything that has happened right at the end here. And Nyrox, he just went down low. He wanted to get scrappy with him. He goes down. That's Sky and Chapix. And then it's Aqua who follows it up.
That's insane.
Right into the sky there.
Aqua went off right there. And he gets the kill and the dub.
To hit your shots, you must hit your shots. Look at that. Stompy, Jinkin have talked about Aqua and Nyrox as players to look out for. They're scary competitors on the scene, and good to see them take a victory royale.
Yeah, in EU, right? So we've had 2 NA, 2 EU now. You know, getting a little scrappy out there.
Spicy.
I like to see it, right?
Who's in first? I feel like it's gonna be Dubs and Mega are gonna be second. Watch. Told you.
Still hold on to first place, but it's only gonna be by 2 points. Dubs and Mega, they're looking for that victory.
Mongrel's coming up on 4th.
Hey, they could find themselves in first. Vinny and Zextro in 3rd place.
Mongrel's from no, he's from the I think he's from, is that England or UK? I don't know.
They have to hold on to their title as the kings of the mountain, and in that last game, they just could not put it together. These last few games for this duo is going to be critical given how close this gap is between all of the players in the top 10.
That's right, and take a look at your next page here. We saw plenty of Spades and Crims winning that Paradise Palms kind of early interaction, but one loss sets them way back to the second page now because you have to continue to accrue.
Alright, chat, I'm gonna let you guys watch it. I'm gonna go mute my mic and watch it, so I can be talking.
From game 4, excuse me.
Second. I'm gonna let you guys watch it. I'm gonna my mic, so yep. See you guys later. So I'll be like in 20 minutes, 10-20 minutes. Yep. But
we are gonna do just that. So let's send it on over to Jordan, who has our winner standing by.
A massive shift for EU here. We all know that shockwave grenades can absolutely shift the balance of in-game, especially allowing you to propel yourself up and work your way top down to dominate and control what was the most exciting final moments of in-game here today. What is your plan going into these next couple of games? There's a lot kind of hanging in the balance here, right? There's a big momentum shift for you, and you have the opportunity to kind of go any direction that you want. What's your plan?
Our plan is just to keep going what we're doing right now, just landing our spot and going for consistent placement points.
Consistent placement points, that's key and can absolutely take the Vic Roy home, as you saw just now. Back to you, GB and Monster.
Thank you so much, Jordan, for that one, and stay the course. No reason for you to adjust anything. If it worked out for you there, clearly you're doing something right, Monster.
Yeah, absolutely. I think these competitive players know best, and stubbornness is in their name. You saw Jamside, 7SSK say, hey, I don't care if I lose the first 3 times here. We're going to master this. We're going to turn it around. And they did. They had a great, at least, showing at some point at the last one. So players are going to stick to the guns.
Early engagements, man, that is just, I love seeing those fights with the gray weapons, right? You really can tell who can figure it out with not much to work with. That's always the challenge that players have to deal with in the beginning of a game like this. Now, I do understand we have Bala standing by to break it down and what we saw in Game 4. Bala?
Well, Aqua and Nyrox definitely showed up here today, and the resurgence of EU is maybe starting. We've got 2 more games to go, but I want to talk about Mongrel and Mitro and what they had to do in this game here. They actually ran into Zexro and Vinny. We're going to start off. GB, you were talking about early game engagements. This is one that's been going in the duo of Mongrel and Mitro's favor against Skeptic and Clicks in Neo Tilted Towers. The pressure here from Mitro to find out exactly where the first player is. Mongrel up above, then targeting on both. They try to get in the same box at the same time. They go down and just continue pushing forward. Mongrel and Mitro, it's the second time that they win this engagement here today, and it's not stopping. They continue forward onto Volks and Parpy and just try to hunt down everything. There Clicks is trying to escape as well. And then this snipe here from Mitro. He actually, not only did he hit that, and they get right into it onto Zexro, he hit Vinny coming in with a drift board right before this. So 1 elimination there for them. And then they had the engagement that we saw earlier. We're gonna go ahead and run it back because this clutch puts them perfectly in position at 4th place right now. A reminder that this was with Mitro down after all was said and done. There he goes down, and then Mongrel comes in right on cue. He does not let his teammate go down. You heard the reactions earlier, and it continued because Mongrel got 1 more elimination in this game, leading to the 8 eliminations total before they fell, not before earning placements points though. So this game, not only did they take out Vinny and Zexro, which were in 3rd place, they stopped them from accruing any more placement points, so they are inching their way closer. They're now in 4th place. They actually have the most elims out of everybody in the tournament so far on 20. So with 2 more games to go, we're going to see where they...
For games 5 and 6, and then we crown our first ever Fortnite World Champion. Crazy to say out loud.
It's happening.
It's happening.
This is it. It's happening.
It's happening, right? Now, there have been a lot of duos that have been the talk of the town, but one duo in particular that have a lot of fans excited are Benji Fishy and Mr. Savage. And we did get an opportunity to catch up with them, and they're currently in 8th place. Can they climb up? Let's go ahead and check it out.
This is a scary duo. Benji Fishy and Mr. Savage.
Our communication is probably the best in the world.
I'm gonna rift us.
Yeah, go. I just think we're on another level.
Behind you. Double RPG, 3, 2, 1, go.
Absolute destruction there.
This dual partnership has changed our lives. We've been able to accomplish so much more together.
Let's go!
He encourages me, I encourage him.
We're best friends, we're duo partners, and it makes me smile.
Yeah, it's a good feeling.
Check me again, bro! We're Savage. We're Benji Fishy, bro!
My name is Martin Floss Anderson, and I go by the name Mr. Savage.
My name is Benji Fish, and my in-game name is Benji Fishy.
One of the most terrifying duos coming out of Europe, period.
We live in different places, though. We talk every day online.
I live in Oslo in Norway, and Benji lives...
I live in Surrey in the UK.
And I travel to England to meet him, see how he's doing here.
He has my back. If I ask him something, he'll help me out. We don't actually just play Fortnite. We play other games when we just want to have fun.
We have a lot of the same interests. He's always really humble. I love his personality. Yeah, we're great friends.
Oh, shoot. All right, yeah.
All right. I'm too good for you.
Oh, there's a guy northwest of me. He has an RPG ammo.
The reason why we're so good at playing duos is because we both have super good mechanical skills, good chemistry, and communication.
Okay, 120. Knocked 1. Let's go, dude!
Everybody knew in the community that Savage was one of the best players in the world. He knows the game really well, so he makes really good calls.
Benji's just so insane at just eliminating people.
Benji Fishy is dialed in right now.
He just follows me perfectly. He fills in the gaps that I can't fill in.
You'd think a fish out of water would be harmless. Not this fishy. Not today.
People were definitely scared if they see some fishes running around Happy Hamlet.
You'd think fishes weren't really that scary, but Fortnite, it's quite the opposite.
We're in a really good state right now as a duo.
Let's just cross Loot Lake. I think there's people on the other side.
We're playing super well.
Just before we won, I guess. It's public. You can join me. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be back. This is what we're made for. Chat, I'm gonna have the World Cup on.
Fortnite. They need a break, they need to go to the bathroom.
No, they don't need a break. I don't care.
Oh my
Going.
God. Oh my God. That's enough out of you.
We love Fortnite. We freaking love Fortnite. We love Fortnite. We freaking love Fortnite.
texted Avery. I think he wants to watch it solo, so.
Honestly, that's not fun.
Oh.
What's up, guys? Jimmy right here.
Stop. Where are you guys from in chat? I'm curious.
At home, Mr. TG.
Look, chat, I know all of you are saying 1v1, but Xop's too scared to 1v1 me, so we'll do it another time.
Yes, that's why.
Yeah, goodbye. He's frightened, so just remember next time we 1v1, just remember he was frightened.
Sorry, watching
6 minutes long.
I watch your stream.
Watch my stream of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch your stream.
We 1v1 it or what? I think my video.
My intro. What is up, guys? KolendaShadows here, back with no kidding. Sniper one shot? Okay. Not really what I wanted to do. Oh, this is not really what I wanted to do, but okay. I'll clap up.
Pacific Ocean, Stu lives in the Pacific. Your dad must have a super yacht or something. Honestly, this video's pretty funny.
Let's go play Zone Wars.
Before big games, get my nerves out and make sure I'm on the right track. So the stream is on the other hand. He knows it, so.
Wars.
I wash my hands. No, I'm not doing it. No, I wash my hands. I have to get the perfect.
I can't believe they're like 14.
I wash my hands.
They're literally behind me.
It's mind-blowing, man.
Sounds pretty weird.
I can't.
Lots of people ask me questions on a daily, like, how do you like find the right sensitivity? And I feel like that's obviously the big mechanical way for the game. So I just tell people to stick in like one sensitivity and just work your way at it, and it really comes a long way with my aim, my building, all this stuff.
I say practice makes perfect with everything. I think with him, the more you practice, the more you read him, the more you game-wise. So I think practice.
I have the volume really low because they keep blasting me. 46 seconds, 45 seconds, get back in it.
Yeah, spin that beat, DJ. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. The World Cup Finals Duos competition. My name is Dr. Lupo, and I missed you dearly. Joining me on the desk for the final two matches, Courage JD. You know him, you love him, one of the best men in the industry. Oh, stop. I'm super excited to see what these final games have in store. We watched a meticulous competition. A chance to watch some of the plays, some of the shots from some of these players, the accuracy, the heads-up game. Jack, it's insane. What do you think so far? It's insane, Dr. Lupo. It is great to hear your voice, and I am so excited to be casted these final two games together. Oh, my World Cup Finals. We are 2 games away from crowning our first ever Fortnite World Champions, who will win a combined $3 million US. That's a lot of money. You don't know how much US dollars is worth because this is the World Cup, as you know. But Ben, I'm so excited.
It's insane. The $3 million. The only position on the leaderboard that takes home 7 figures. And to look at that leaderboard, we're going to throw it over to Sundown just to see where everybody stands thus far.
Thank you so much, Lupo and Courage. And what we have here is the current top 10 on the board. Now we can see coming out in the all of the regions in their sitting on top, but EU just behind them with representation from Mitro and Mongo, Rojo, and Wolfies. And then during the break, we got to talk to Hype and Serpent, who have also made a great play. Let's not forget about our most recent victory royale out of Nyrox and Aqua, climbing them into the top 10. Now,
no mats, and I had mats I could have built, but I didn't. Where did my brick go? That's the thing. My wood, and then like I could have got him. I could easily got him. I was just trying to play like good. I'm gonna play like I would play in a scrim game right here. This is how I play like a scrim game, guys. This is how I play against the last guy in a scrim game.
At the Fortnite World Cup. No one is out of it. The Chinese bear is just on the stage as well. Anybody can make a play. 2 matches are left. Let's head back inside, back into the action. Lupo and Courage, take it away.
Sundown, thank you so much for your analysis of the board thus far. And you're right. Looking at the board, limited spread between first and 10, 17 points. That's not even the beginning of it. You have to realize that across all 50 duos, just 2 games, these last 2 could bring any duo all the way up into the top 10, taking basically a prize at home, Jack.
That is life-changing. As you know, people watching around millions and millions tuning in today. Use the hashtag Fortnite. Starting to know myself. Which region will come out on top? NA remain up top. Back, you heard some of the Asia, Oceanic, and Brazil regions. I think NA is going to do it. I really do.
It's anybody's game. It's interesting to see trends from previous weeks. You know, the 10 that we had leading up to this moment. Some of the names
yet again here, and that consistency is going to shine through. Player count at final circles that we've ever seen. We've had a lot of aggressive gameplay from people at clutch moments, and that's not the we've got 2 games left, and game 5 is ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, this crowd has been incredible live here at the Art Thrash Tennis Arena in New York. Which region will supreme? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The battle bus has launched. Game 5 is underway. Jack, we've seen some relatively contested, popular drop zones. I've been watching on Twitter, and a lot of people have discussed whether or not Loot Lake right now is one of the hottest drops in the game. You have a number of duos, high-power duos that have dropped there consistently thus far. Do you think going into this game 5 and 6, we're gonna see similarly contested early drops, or are people gonna change up the strategy with the amount of prizes? I don't think we've seen so far is a team that stick to their strategy and staying out on top. It's why they're consistently placing safe, Staff and Safe, for example. Would it be surprising to stick with the normal game one more time? Again, at Sundown did a great job of highlighting Dr. Lupo. One big performance. 12 wins in a big game. 20-point game, way up the leaderboard.
What's up, guys? Wait.
Our last match winners early on our screen. Contested there. Nyrox dropping in. An early baller. Very pivotal piece for late game survival. Going to farm up all the materials we can inside. Not going to smash too much to the outside until maybe the last second just to prevent any reveal of position. It actually does see targets down below. Shots, that scope, they are accuracy at this level. Very key. They're going to try and pick up an elimination for that early. The scope might be exactly what Nyrox needs to establish yet another elimination and get themselves completed like they're doing. Remember, the scope, somewhat they hit scan weapons to aim. If it's on them, they're hit them. These guys have pinpoint accuracy, as it's known. You know, when you land on the southwest side of the map, you don't land in that big area. It's a very, very scrappy start. A lot around getting a ball, rotating on through, and just trying to farm a big check here. One building here and piece some things together. It's no how tough it can be, but Nyrox and Aqua early on their way. The ship are focused towards Neo. Tilted here, you see Mongo and Mitro so many times have been here with clicks and Skeptic so far, pretty quiet day today. Going to be interesting to see who opts to take an early out, maybe go for the ballers that spawn stream around the outside, or maybe get a little aggressive and push on another team that spawns in there.
I'm dead. I can't use the bouncer chat. I know you bring me down right there.
Does not surprise me. Extremely skilled, so that kind of gameplay.
Bounce,
Stream and on and off the land here. Fast game.
What is this garbo? That's good, that's good. Okay.
I think that sounds good to me. I think that, you know, people won't be confused at all. But maybe it's the start of a great legacy here. Right now, you can point out that Mongo Mitro, and they're going to change those. 97 players left. Every duo still represented. Crazy power. More shadow bombs this early. Especially when they're having to avoid confrontation as much as possible. Shadow bomb out of almost anything. Honestly, is typically the case in a lobby like this. At this point, yeah, I was going to say, it looks like they're just opting to do a little bit of a split here. Watching the opponents down below. They don't necessarily push us yet. We do have a little bit of time before the storm starts to make the move. There's going to be applied before you know it. A loadout like this, there's no shotgun in the inventory. They have the shockwaves, so it's an easy way to push through it. As
Right.
Take the high ground now. Number of players get eliminated on the fly, literally, while shooting through the air from Jackson. So we'll have to see shots from behind. Stop effectively.
Reaction right there to box up. Animation and sound. Daedra and that heavy sniper ripped right there. Good coordination to get the damage done on this play.
Let's go, chat. I tried to go for no scope as well.
Wishy the fly in right there, pushing up. This brick big. Side cover. Looks like Daedra and everyone's did what they wanted to do without lucky landing. Not sure if they're going to continue to pursue this. It doesn't appear so right now. And the last thing to consider is Fortnite needs to, right? They can go back now, farm up this whole area, check for the certain spots that may have been missed, and continue to get materials down. Dusty Gibbon, members Tetra, and Eclipse. Pushing up, trying to match position with Tetra. Shots on the baller, you don't want to see those things last too long. Nobody was just rolling.
This could be really useful for Ben because the players down low that are going to get by this airstrike, I believe it's and Wood gets shredded through with Septic because of that. Now 25 HP, and that might be the green light for this duo. Player challenging up top.
I'm goated on the sticks, chat.
It will be a build battle for height. Eclipse with a ton of materials, but look at the elimination speed. Tetra with the Olymp on the Skeptic, so it's a 2 versus 1. Clicks all by himself.
Even if you sacrifice the 2v1, that 1v1 afterwards, the pickup by your teammate might be the best play. We'll see here in a second.
You know what these impulses mean? Something about to happen. This.
There's no stop right there as he goes down. The day of struggles for Skeptic and Clicks continue. But the point I was going to make right there is now you're getting to the point where you need to go and push for those Olymps. You want to make the Tektra obviously still have some work to do. In that 2v1, another team can begin to push hard in and try to steal that last elimination. They have to force the 2v1. Thankfully, Clicks doesn't form. They get the free lift.
Oh my gosh, the heavy cycle out of the pyramid and immediately capitalizing on Sap being exposed, leaves Zay to 1v2. A little bit of a shadow on May or
I could have been kept. I was just going easy on him. Let's go back to World Cup. Let's watch the World Cup. Watch the World Cup. The World Cup.
I want to know who's 50th place. In and try to steal that last elimination. They have to force the 2v1.
I like how they don't show after 20.
Right? I want to see who's 50th. That's why it doesn't.
We don't want you to feel that.
We're back.
Oh my god!
Oh my gosh, the heavy snipe to knock the pyramid and immediately capitalizing on Sap being exposed, leaves Zay to 1v2. Shadow on May or may not be enough.
They're only in first by like 1 or 2 points.
Yeah, this is really bad.
Previous builds, that's a quick pick up there for OCR.
What happened? That's the second time we've seen that today.
Sap got destroyed.
They can see that the pyramid is being edited out through and peaked.
I mean, top
They
4.
immediately call that out. They timed the shot alongside
Editing
AR
through his
shots.
pyramid,
And that one,
and
I
then
believe, was actually
he
shotgun.
sniped and shot him.
And Sap is eliminated before he can even go out to the wall.
Second last
now
game,
is Zay all by himself. Where the game is finished? Northeastern side.
Second last game.
Pressure plan.
No, like the game is finished.
Right, no longer there, but
No, that was
a ton
that was
of damage.
early game.
Close by, I believe. He's sniped. I think he got sniped.
tough to get this kid.
Yeah.
Big there. He's waiting for Campfire to finish. Pop that slurp. Get back to 100, 100. Meanwhile, Airwax, Mika owning the top of the shift here. Just taking shots at anybody that rotates. That high ground advantage, even early game. We look at it a lot. Late game.
That's an interesting strategy right there.
And late game rotations are capitalized by players that have the high ground advantage. Even early game, high ground gives the ability to stop. Sean goes down. He push on through and try and
Aiden can't take his wall. Aiden can't take his wall.
Points it inside the box.
Oh no.
Does not go all out, picks up the materials. I was going to say, I think that teammate was not, so it is a 1 versus 1 in this fight. Aiden and Max HP.
Aiden's really good.
High ground for the moment, absolutely the health disadvantage. Aiden most likely knows this, continues to push for this elimination, wants to clean this up as quickly as possible.
Can't get his wall.
If Quentin has any traps to be used right here, doesn't appear so as of right now.
You're gonna see he's gonna shotgun the wall because that's the way he takes walls.
Aiden pushes on in, spraying. Unfortunately, not able to connect. Takes 44 damage right there.
Oh my god.
A masterful fight so far. Aiden's health advantage now gone as they're about 15 HP between each other. But Aiden has the chunk splashes, and Dr. Lupo, they show off just how good they are right now.
Oh, he's gonna med kit.
Oh, he is gonna med kit.
Don't let him med kit.
Back to 100 HP. Aiden and Quentin in a little standoff here.
Oh, he
back
did
and
it.
forth. The mimic proportions. There's this constant pressure.
Yes, well, that's
trying to walk
way above
holding that
threshold.
pyramid headed. He tries to catch himself.
But you see, normally Aiden would be able to take that wall, right? Like,
do it. Does
that
fight for
thing he
high
does?
ground. Aiden
Yeah, but he wasn't able to get any of the walls
walls
he just tried to get.
Ever seen 101 HP remaining. He's inside the box fight.
Ooh, nice play.
On the wall, the back.
Oh,
Insane in the top down view. Aiden can't quite get that
I know that field when you try to do the corner at it, and it just doesn't go through.
Alright, trying to let you. Alright, no, 7-9. It's not letting me play. Guess not, chat.
It'll be hard unless they pull off that wall because like just keep people shooting or something, like use the wall. It's gonna be really hard to take somebody's wall.
What's up? I'm gonna go put it in the stream right here, guys. To our stream, you guys liked it. If you like it, like and subscribe if you are new. Wrap it up right here, guys. Thanks for watching. Have an awesome day. Hope you enjoyed the stream, and peace out.
And that right there is Zay baiting his opponent into making that exact move. What you just saw was why Zay
Look how much mobility.
Players in competitive Fortnite from the very early days.
6 impulses.
Before that fight even began, then he moved towards his opponent, shot out the floor to push him towards the wall he already replaced, and once he did that, once the player ran and thought he
Oh shit! I forgot to turn off my stream. So about that. See you guys. Shadows